And hello everybody, we're back. Wow, so it's been a while since I properly uploaded a video. And if you have been following a bit, you probably knew that we were up in Comalapa in the mountains. And so yeah, we've been there several times. I think you might know that by now. Comalapa is a little town up here in the mountains of Guatemala. And for some reason, we just love to go there. It's very, very laid back, very tranquil, very nice, very safe, and very traditional, very Guatemalan. So there's not really any tourists there, and so you really get a feel of how life is for the people there. It's very real, very honest. And so we love to go there, but not just for that. Mainly we go there because we want to help the people, because life there is really, really intense and hard. Every time I go back, I'm surprised by how tough life is. You kind of forget when you come back. And so it's always good to go back for me to see how life is there, because it really is intense. This time, for example, I met two little girls about 3, 4 years old, and they just sleep on the floor, basically on the dirt, because they don't have the money to have a bed. So that's just one example of how the situation is for a lot of people. But I don't just want to talk about that. I basically just want to give an update of what we have been doing and what we are envisioning of doing in the future. So basically what we have been doing is we were in Comalapa, as I said, for 2 weeks. We intended to go for 3, maybe 4 days, but we ended up going for 2 weeks. And mainly we went because we got a donation from a good friend in the city for clothes and toys for the kids, and we got a good amount of filters, water filters, to give out to families and people that are in need. So we went back with as much as we could go and take with us, because we don't have a car, so we have to go with Uber, and they only have so much space. So we brought as much as we could bring, which is 5 filters, and it was about 3 big bags of clothes and toys, and so we brought all that up there. And so yeah, we started to give it away. One day we went into the field with the family Sarech, because it was the day where they bring in the corn, and it was so beautiful to see and to actually help them take the corn, put it in the bags, and then bring it back with a car. Now what's interesting is they don't have a car as well, so they hire a car, and it costs them about 110 quetzales, which is $16. And so it's like 3 families together putting as much as possible on there to bring back at once, because for them that's a lot of money. And so we were taking part in that. It was beautiful. We were the whole day in the field, and I saw how they collect the corn, and so it was really fun, and I'm glad to have been part of that. We also visited a patient that we had back in the days. She had a surgery under her eye. She had cancer, and according to them, 50% of the cancer is gone, which is really, really cool. And so we just keep motivating them to keep doing a specific diet and take aloe vera for natural treatment to get their immune system going. This is not any health advice or medical advice at all. So please, no, we don't. I'm not a doctor. So yeah, I just have to say that. We also celebrated the grandma's birthday. We didn't know she got 80. She turned 80 about 3 weeks ago, and they don't have the money to spend it on, a birthday cake. Maybe they buy a few balloons, but so we bought them the biggest cake we could find, which was a massive chocolate cake, and we ate it all at once. It was very good and a lot of fun. The cake was about $20, but it gives them so much, because they never spend money on things like this. So it's just fun to do that for them and see them have a joy, which is really cool. It takes them out of all the misery and the tough times. So we celebrated birthday with her, which was really fun. And then a week later, we bought her and her daughter a new bed, because her daughter was sleeping on cardboards and grandma was sleeping on a straw mattress, which was like 30 years old, and she's 80 years old. And so we just felt like we have to buy them new beds. So a very kind donation helped us to get her 2 beds, and we bought the new sheets and everything. And so we did that, which was a lot of fun too. We took care of Susanna. I don't know if you've seen the video. Susanna and her birthday, we brought her the mariachis. This time we didn't bring mariachis, but we brought her some medicine and we gave her a treatment with the Spooky 2 machines, which is bioelectric frequency therapy. And we gave her some other medicine, colloidal silver, and she's been doing much better, so that's very nice. But she's very busy. She goes to church every day and she goes into the fields every day because she has a little piece of land. So we saw her like twice. She's very, very busy, which is fun. And she went to a birthday party. So she wasn't there for a couple of days. But anyway, she's doing good. She's still around, and that's very nice. We also met Miguel again. I don't know if you remember Miguel, but we met him again and we wanted to see his home. And so finally we could arrange a car and somebody that can bring us there. And thanks to Camila, who is an indigenous woman, so she kind of knows how to behave and what to say, because sometimes they're a bit afraid of gringos bringing gifts because there has been some bad stories. And so I'm very glad she was with us. We could finally go and visit her home and bring the food and bring a filter and some clothes and some toys also for the neighbors, and that was a wonderful experience. It was a 2-hour drive into the mountains, very tough road, but very beautiful because you see all these little villages and everybody's working on the field, so everything is cultivated. There's some areas with forests, but it's just very beautiful. It's not very commercialized. So there's a lot of manual hand labor, people walking around with, their shovels, with a donkey that carries all the stuff. So it's very beautiful to see and very unique for me. I don't really see that often. So we took care of his mom and him, and also of the neighbors, where, as I said, the 2 girls that live there, they don't even have a bed. So that was tough to see, but they were very happy, very kind, and it was a lot of fun to visit them. And then one day we went with Camila again in Comalapa to 5 different families that are really poor. So some of these families, they have 8-9 kids and they barely make it. And so we gave away some clothes, and there was one family specifically with 5 kids where the parents left, nobody knows where they are. So these are basically orphans, and they've been taken care by another family, but the dad died. So now there's a single mom taking care of 5 families with 3 other of her own kids, and then 5 additional kids from this other family. So we brought them some clothes, and I know it's not solving much, but at least it's a little bit of something. Then we also visited one day the village where the mayor lives, which was very interesting. So we saw their house and walked around in the village and met a lot of local people there. A lot of kids, a lot of very poor people. And we talked a little bit, and it was very nice to really see like this is the reality of a lot of villages here. And it was very interesting to see how it really is. Like, this is not fake. This is literally it. Somebody we met had a surgery, and from the surgery he had a stroke, and they just sent him back home. And so he's laying in his bed, being halfway paralyzed on the right side, and nobody really knows what to do. So we gave him a little bit of medicine that we just had with us. But that's just like another story of people are very left on their own, and it's tough to see, but on the other hand, they have a lot of gratitude for very little things, and that really motivates me to be more grateful in my life, because I come from a place where you always had everything, so being grateful is not really a thing, and I think that's a shame. So I'm very, very, very thankful to be able and allowed into these places and see how life is, to learn that we always have something that we can be grateful for. Anyways, so yeah, we also bought Grandma a new kitchen stove. I talked about that a couple of times, and we finally got to buy one, so that's very cool. We pulled the tooth of the daughter of the Soreches, Stephanie. She had really bad teeth, and so they had to get pulled, so we paid for that. And we also visited a lot of people randomly. We went to one of the restaurants and they asked us if we can maybe get some money for a new kitchen. I will make a video on that later. And so yeah, it's been 2 weeks of a lot of random, beautiful encounters and visits and a lot of experiences. Right now, I'm downloading the 400 gigabytes of information and videos that I collected. So there will be some videos, and right now we're back here on our base and we'll be working on getting things organized, organizing a new trip, maybe find a truck that we can load everything up and just go in at once. Maybe we'll go to a different place. That was also in the talk because there's a lot of more other families and places that need help. But for now, it's reorganizing, doing some treatments, meeting some people, and for me, a lot of video editing. And yeah, so in total, we spent about $2,000. That doesn't include the donations for the filters and all the clothes and everything. But so yeah, around $2,000 was this trip. We helped about 30 families. I counted the families because there's been too many people in general, so I don't remember everybody, but it was about 30 families. And yeah, so again, we saw a lot of new people, villages, and just a lot of new experiences. So that was very cool. So yeah, I want to give a special thank you. I hope I remember everybody. So thank you to Camila, who helped us, Wolfgang, Karin, Olivier, Sonja, Beke, Mario, Raihan, Alfred, Nasim, Amelie, Johannes, Christoph, Monica, and Zef. And then a special thank you to Philip, to Yannick, to John and Echo, and to Wolfgang. So thank you very much for your help, for your donations, for your kind words. If I forgot about anybody, please forgive. Thank you very much to everybody that's watching this. Thank you for sharing it. And yeah, so this is what we've been doing the last 2 weeks, a little bit of help here and there, and I hope it inspires you to maybe help as well, maybe somebody around your area, or just cultivate some gratitude, have a good day. Together, I think we can make this planet a better planet for a lot of people, and that's what all this is about, spreading the joy and be of service and help the poor. All right, thank you very much for tuning in. See you the next time. Bye bye. Und dann noch ganz kurz auf Deutsch für alle Deutschsprachigen. Herzlichen Dank für all die Spenden. Für alle, die gespendet haben. Es kamen einige Spenden aus Deutschland und aus Österreich und ich bin sehr, sehr dankbar dafür. Wie gesagt, wir waren für 2 Wochen in Comalapa und haben um die 30 Familien behandelt und geholfen. Unter anderem mit der Spooky-Maschine, aber auch vor allem primär mit Kleidung, mit Nahrung, mit Wasserfiltern. Primär einfach, weil das wirklich so ein bisschen die Dinge sind, die Menschen da brauchen. Natürlich längerfristig ist die Idee, dann irgendwie was aufzubauen, wo die Menschen sich selbst helfen können. Es gibt ja das schöne Sprichwort, erkläre einem Mann, wie man fischt, gib einem Mann einen Fisch und er hat zu essen für einen Tag, oder lehre ihm zu fischen und er hat Essen oder Nahrung für sein Leben. Und genau nach dem Motto sollte eigentlich die Hilfe auch gerichtet sein, aber eben wie gesagt, im Moment ist es halt einfach, das braucht sehr viel Planung und Geld, und im Moment ist das Ziel einfach so gut es wie geht, ein bisschen hier, ein bisschen da zu helfen. Und ich denke, mit Kleidung, mit Nahrung und mit einem Wasserfilter hilft man da schon, auch wenn es nur für eine kurze Zeit ist. Genau, wir haben um die 2.000 Euro ausgegeben. Wir haben einige schöne kleine Gegenden und Gemeinden kennengelernt und haben das Korn gesammelt. Wir waren bei der Familie und haben neue Betten gekauft und eine neue Eisenplatte für den Feuerherd. Wir waren auch in der Gemeinde des Bürgermeisters, das war sehr interessant zu sehen. Und wir haben auch, einen Krebspatienten behandelt, 50% Rückgang vom Krebs. Wir wissen nicht warum, wir haben so eine Ahnung, aber Naja, auf jeden Fall sehr schön. Wir haben Geburtstage gefeiert mit der Großmutter und eben den Menschen geschenkt. Und ja, Miguel besucht. Ich weiß nicht, ob ihr das Video gesehen habt von Miguel. Das ist ein handicapierter Junge, 21 Jahre
nicht
alt,
gehen
der
kann
nicht
und
gehen
der
kann oder auf dem Markt bettelt für Geld. Und wir haben den letztes Mal gesehen und ihm geholfen mit Kleidung. Und dieses Mal wollten wir die Familie kennenlernen und einen Ort besuchen, wo er wohnt. Und wir haben das endlich hingekriegt und brachten ihm einen Wasserfilter und haben einfach ihn mal besucht. Es war sehr schön und sehr berührend, auch die Nachbarn kennenzulernen, die 2 kleine Kinder haben, 3, 4 Jahre alt und kein Bett haben. Die schlafen also auf dem Boden. Und ja, also es sind einfach immer wieder solche Geschichten, die ich dann selber persönlich miterlebe, die mich so berühren, wo ich immer wieder merke, okay, das ist so die Motivation, warum ich das Ganze immer wieder mache, wieder in die Berge gehe. Und es sind schon ordentliche Strapazen auch, die man auf sich nimmt, aber eben wenn man dann sieht, wie kleine Kinder nicht mal ein Bett haben, dann wird man schon sehr berührt. Und ich merke dann immer wieder, okay, es gibt immer irgendwas, wo man dankbar dafür sein kann. Und ich bin sehr dankbar dafür, dass ich diese Reisen immer wieder mache, weil dann merke ich auch immer wieder, wie gut ich es eigentlich habe. Ja, und genau, das ist eigentlich das, was wir tun. Bringen ein bisschen kleine Freuden zu den Menschen, denen es wirklich an vielem fehlt. Und ich hoffe, dass das irgendwie ein bisschen überspringt zu euch, dass es euch vielleicht motiviert, den einen oder dem anderen ein bisschen mehr zu helfen und auch Freuden zu haben im Leben, die mehr zu kultivieren, mehr Dankbarkeit zu kultivieren. Denn schlussendlich ist es ein sehr großes Gut, das man hat, das man kultiviert im Leben. Und ich merke das hier immer wieder bei den Menschen, die haben zwar nicht vieles an Material, aber die haben immer noch eine Dankbarkeit für das Essentielle. Und das lehrt mich immer wieder sehr viel. Okay, das war's. Ich wünsche euch allen einen wunderschönen Tag. Danke nochmals für all die Spenden. Ich hoffe, es geht euch allen gut und man sieht sich das nächste Mal. Auf Wiedersehen.